Hey there, YouTube fans. AC Productions here, and today is finally the day that finally has come that I received my brand new Cardo Talk Edge, which is the new Bluetooth communicator. But I'm not going to give you too much specs about this because you guys already know. But I will give you a few details of things that they don't show you in other videos. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to installing the Bluetooth communicator onto the helmet. All right, I'm not going to be doing any unboxing of the Cardo, obviously, because unboxing videos do not do good on my channel for some reason. But I'm just going to kind of just lay out some of the accessories that come with a Bluetooth communicator. So you have a boom mic, is what they call this one, which is just a flexible, or like a really good sturdy flexible microphone. Here's the cable for it, so you guys could put it however you want. It's more really sturdy. This particular microphone would be really good for modular helmets where you lift up the whole entire front end of the helmet and you have your mic there. Next we have our just some accessory pads for the speakers. Then we have our mount for the Cardo, and I'm going to show you something about that in a minute. We also have a different type of mount, which is like a clip that will go for the side of the helmet. And then you also get this other one, which is a sticky mount. So you can see the sticky type over here, and it's a different type of mount. So you get pretty much two mounts for the cradle, which I would call this one. Then after that, you got your 40 millimeter JBL speakers. All right, so let me show you for my particular helmet. I'm not going to be using this one because for me it's a brand new helmet, and I don't feel like it has enough space unless I really wedge it into the helmet over here on the side. So but I could just kind of show you on how it goes in. So this part where it's like curved like this would actually, if you find a spot, you would just push it in and wedge it onto the helmet until it goes up to there. And then after that, you just hold it like this, and let me zoom out a little bit. Oops, wrong way. There we go. And then after that, you will attach your cradle on here, and therefore it's just going to be sticking out like that. For me, I'm not going to be going that the route. I'm actually going to be using the sticky mount pad, or the sticky mount one, and to attach it there, and then the cradle will go on to this part. And I believe this would be a little bit more lower profile compared to this one. So if I were to compare both, I would say probably this one probably the most low profile compared to that one, because this one would actually attach more towards the side of the helmet. So isopropyl alcohol, clean paper towel, and then you're going to wipe the area where you're going to put the bracket. After that, a key thing would be, not only with the isopropyl alcohol, would be another thing I'm going to show you. So let me go ahead and grab that so I can show you the secret ingredient on having this stick on really good. All right, so here is the secret ingredient on making anything sticky really stick really well, and it's this one right here, 3M adhesive promoter. But I'll have a link in the description below the video for some smaller little sponge packets, you could call it, and that will work better for you guys really. But for the helmet installation, you're just going to need one small little packet, and that's going to be plenty good enough for the application. The process is pretty much the same for any helmet, honestly, guys. So all right, so I'm going to go ahead and look for the proper location for myself. You guys do the same. What you guys could do is maybe put the helmet on, and then kind of just hold the comm unit close by your or not this one, in case you drop it, it's better to drop the plastic mounting instead of that thing. So maybe grab it and then just kind of feel it on where it's most comfortable for you to have the comm unit. Once you have it, just try to hold it and take off your helmet. That way you'll see where exactly you have it. So if you hold on to it and you have it right here, well then right there's best. But if you hold it, have it over here, wherever, so just kind of hold on to it so you could mark the location of where you're going to have it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You guys do the same. Alrighty guys, now I already found a position on my helmet of where I'm going to be installing that clip, but I kind of want to show you a little detail of what they don't show you in the other video. Here's the cradle for the Cardo Edge unit. So if you notice, they only always advertise on how the magnetic thing just clips in there. You focus, so when you feel it, it just clips in there, right? But they don't show you exactly what's going on when you clip it in there. They show that you have to push this thing down like this, push this down, and then slide it forward to remove it. So I'm going to show you in this video what's actually going on. Also, you've probably seen the videos of where they attach it and then they try to pull on it to see how strong it'll hold until it comes apart. They said how strong the magnets are. Well, it is true that you do feel it, the magnetic pull a little bit. But what's going on is that once it snaps in there, there's actually these little clips. So if you see it, they're on both sides. So there's a magnet here and there, but there's also these little clips. If you see one right here and one over here, because they're like little arms. So these two clips, they actually clip on to the Cardo Edge, and then there's also this clip right here, this bigger clip. So all three of those clips is really what's holding on to the comm unit itself, not only with the magnets, because there's no way in heck that only magnets are going to be holding this thing on, you know, and then to try to pull it apart, it's not going to pull apart. Because obviously if I just pull it here, yes, it's magnetic, but you could just pull it right off. There has to be something else, so that's what that is. It's actually 3 clips along with the magnets that hold this, and they correspond to this notches right here. So if you look, there's a notch right here, and there's a notch right here. Let me see if I can get a better shot for you guys. And on the cradle, that's where the little clips actually hold on to. So besides those 2, there's the one in the front. So here's the one in the front. Kind of hard to see. It's not really like too much of a clip, but there is an indentation there. So there's like a little notch right there, and it's not like a little grippy part like this part where it actually can grip. Just like an indentation right there. So you could see that the clips actually clip into it. Well, if it's magnetic, why not just undo it? Because you can't. Just want to kind of just show you those little details that other videos are not showing on how it's really, you know, working. But it is pretty cool idea just to have something where you don't have to do anything, just throw it in there and those 3 clips hold it in place. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clean the location of where I'm going to be installing the Cardo, and actually let me show you where that's going to be for my particular helmet. All right, so the spot that I'll be installing this bracket, it's going to be pretty much right over here where it says emergency use only, but pretty much the bracket is going to go right here, and this little like curvy part of the bracket is going to be just enough to kind of show that sticker where it says emergency use. So that's pretty much my reference point to you guys if you happen to have this same helmet of where I'll be installing my comm unit, and that's pretty much works best for me. But again, you guys do what's best for you guys. If that location works best for you, awesome. All right, so besides that, to install this and you know, have it connected with the cradle, let me show you. All right, so how this goes in, you're gonna notice that there is a clip right behind here. So behind the cradle, this is how it looks like. These are not sticky pads, these are just kind of like little rubber pads, and it just kind of would go, you know, go with this part, you know, just kind of give it that grip once you connect everything. Once you remove this plastic, is all plastic, you could go ahead and peel it. You just go ahead and slide it, and you would see if I could show you. It would go in like this, and then you would just slide it in all the way. I'm not gonna do it right now because I still need to put this onto the helmet, and then once I do, I'll actually lock everything in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me apply this piece, and then I'll show you how to attach the cradle. All right, I already prepped the area with the alcohol, but I wanted to show you in case you've never used a 3M adhesive promoter. I already got it on my little cotton swab, and for you guys, it's just gonna be a small spongy material, I guess, a sponge that has the stuff in it. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna only put it in the area of where the sticky pad is gonna be if you're using the sticky pad method. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on here just so I could see exactly where the sticky pads are gonna be. So let's see, if I were to mark it right there. So pads over here and a pad over here. So I'm just gonna mark it there and mark it there with the promoter. So let's see, so it'll be right around here. And that's all you gotta do is just pretty much just wipe it, you know, when you apply it. And that's all there is to it on actually applying the promoter. So I kind of just wanted to show you that, guys. All right, so it's kind of already dry a little bit, but as you can see, it's still blotchy there, but that's fine. All right, so next you're gonna grab your sticky bracket, and you're gonna go ahead and undo the red parts, and there we go. And then you wanna make sure that you get it right on the first time, because with the sticky promoter, you don't get a second chance. So you have to really make sure you got it on the right spot, because this stuff is over here, it's kind of like a tacky surface now that we already put a promoter. You can kind of still see the blotchy part. That's pretty much where the promoter is. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know, move the camera out of my way, because I really want to make sure I get it right the first time, because if you don't and you put it this way or that way, you mess up, good luck, because now it's gonna remove all of the tape off of there, and you have to like reapply tape, so you definitely don't want that. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You guys do the same. Make sure you do it really carefully. Make sure you have everything lined up the way you want it, and then go ahead and press it, and that'll be that. Okay, I already have it nice and centered, and everything is looking good. So next, well, before we get to that, I just wanted to show you on the cradle that you're gonna see there's gonna be 2 wires sticking out from it. One is gonna be for your speakers, which is this one, and then the other one is going to be for the microphone, which is this little guy here. So let me go ahead and see if I can kind of show you. So pretty much a 2-pin connector. All right, so now it'll be actually safe to actually install the cradle onto the bracket. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and remove the paper, which is pretty much satisfying to remove in any type of situation. All right, and then there is one here and there. I can't get to it. Oops, I can't get to it. I don't have any fingernails. nails. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a blade and be very careful and gentle on actually getting to remove this piece. So let me go ahead and move it. You can see the little tab right here. Let me grab it. All right, almost got it. And then there's one over here. Now, if you guys happen to have nails, that's awesome. I do not, so I have to kind of go with this method. All right, I was able to finally remove that. Okay, now next we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our cradle, and we're just going to go ahead and slide it into its place, and it should probably lock in. I'm guessing that's why there's that little hole right here. So if we look at our cradle right about there, so you can see that little notch on the cradle, that's actually going to correspond with that hole, which is right here. So once the two meet, it's actually going to lock it in place. Therefore, this won't be able to get removed. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it in. So you're going to see a hole right over here and a hole right over here. That's going to correspond with this two clips, or those two pieces, one here and one over here. So let's go ahead and slide it into place. Okay, it should slide into place easily. Let's go for part 2 on that one. Okay, I don't see it sliding in that. Oh, there we go. I guess you just had to find the way to get it in there, and I should have zoomed out for you guys. There you go. I didn't slide it in all the way so you guys could see. So I guess you're just gonna have to kind of fiddle with it until you actually get it in its track, and once you do, it should be able to slide in place. There we go, and it should probably click in place after this. That was the click right there. Oh, pretty sturdy. Okay, now if you wanted to remove this, I'm not sure if there is a way. Oh yeah, there is actually a way to remove it. It's gonna be with this little piece right there. I think you just kind of push it down, and then you're able to remove the whole cradle again if you needed to. So here's the part that I'm talking about. So it's gonna be that little piece right there inside. Okay, if I move my finger, you guys could see it. I'll show with a crayon that piece right there. So if you were to push it down, you'll probably be able to remove the cradle again from its spot. Putting the Cardo onto the cradle will be the last thing we do. So right now we need to actually focus on putting the speakers inside of the helmet. Okay, in order to put the speakers inside of the helmet, you do need to remove the pad that's inside of over here. You can see the pad right there. There you go. So that's the pad that we need to get to and remove. So here is the little pad that goes in its spot, and you can see here's all the Velcro. So I guess you could just go ahead and remove that. All right, so there's a spot where the speaker would fit into, and that would be for both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the speakers, and we'll just pretty much Velcro it, as this helmet already has the Velcro piece inside. So, and then you can kind of, I guess, position of where you would want the speaker. I'm gonna go ahead and position the speaker. Like I said, you could kind of move it around or just kind of center it there and install it. So let me go ahead and let's grab the speakers, which are gonna be in this little baggie right here. All right, so here are the JBL speakers, and they also have the Velcro on it as well. Now on the helmet, it's going to be the soft part of the Velcro, and this part's gonna be the rough part. Okay, so when you pull it out, you're gonna see that there's gonna be the part for the auxiliary for the where you attach it here, and pretty much there's gonna be one speaker that's gonna be very short, and obviously a speaker that's very long all the way down here. Now this one's gonna go to the other side, which is going to be your right side ear. It's gonna be the long speaker with the long cable, and the one with the short cable is gonna be on your left side, because obviously that's where you're gonna plug it in. So since we're on the opposite side over here, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the speaker on the inside over here, and you also want the cable to be pointed down, or maybe off to an angle side, somewhere where you can kind of hide the cabling. So just do it up, however you want to do it. Now it's pretty much about there. All right, now that I got that in, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Pretty much what I do on one side is the exact same thing as the other side. All right, now that you place the speaker on the other side, now all you have to do now is just kind of hide the wires. What I did is I just kind of went through here for the other side, and then right between the helmet and the liner, I just tucked the wire inside through here, coming up through here, and this is where we're at now. So on this particular helmet, there's actually a nice little pocket right over here by this reflective piece that I'm gonna probably stick this part for the cabling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tuck it in through here, and what I'm doing, I'm just kind of routing the wires through the crevices of the padding. That's all that I'm doing right now. So let me see if I can kind of get that in there, and then this cable obviously is just gonna go in between the outside of the helmet and the padding. So I'm gonna eventually just tuck that nice and neat in there, but for now we could just go ahead and plug that in. Here's the snap, it's good to go. And like I said, it could be a nice little spot right here for me on this particular helmet to stick this part of the helmet wiring. or the comm unit wiring or whatnot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide it in there like so, and it should work out good. So pretty much just all you're doing is you just want to make sure that everything's kind of out of the way. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that for now until I really tidy up everything, and then I'll show you how it looks like. As far as the wiring and all that, I'll just tuck that in for there for now until I really look in there to really make sure that everything's all nice and put away. All right, so next we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and connect our microphone. It's just a thin wire like this and the plug right here. And here's the microphone. Also has a little the foam, and on the other side it has the Velcro piece. Now this is the rough Velcro piece. We still need to put the soft Velcro piece on the inside of the helmet. So what I need to do is I need to attach the other part of the Velcro inside the helmet. All right, so in this bag you got all of these different type of Velcro pieces. So let me go ahead and pull them all out, all the soft Velcro pieces, and then we got two circle pieces. So one side is the soft side and the other side is the side. I'm guessing these are actually padded. So I guess if you didn't have any of the Velcro inside of your helmet already, you could use these two guys to put it into your helmet, and therefore this will give you the Velcro that you would need to attach the speakers. So that'll be these two pieces if you didn't have that. I guess this is for if you have a helmet that's kind of like really deep, and if you put the speaker and you kind of want it a little bit more close to your ear, then you would use this because it actually has some cushion in there. Next we got are these rectangle pieces. Now this is the what we're going to be using for our microphone, and I'm going to go ahead and grab one and stick it on the inside of the helmet. All right, so for this piece, it'll be the same thing that I'm going to be doing like I did for the cradle. Even though it's a lightweight thing, which is the microphone, I'm still going to take this extra step because, you know, I just want to make sure that it stays stuck inside this piece. And that piece is actually going to go right here on the front of my helmet. If you guys can see this part right here, I want to put the Velcro on this area right here on the inside of the helmet. So if I were to put this piece in there like so, kind of put it in there so you guys kind of see it right over there. That's pretty much where I'm going to put this Velcro piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. It's kind of tricky to show you with the camera because it's just such a tight area over here. But once I get it in there and put the microphone, you guys will be able to see it a lot better. All right, guys, hopefully this is a better position for me to show you exactly where I put the Velcro piece, which you can see it's right here. So it's pretty much the center. Here's where your nose would be. So right there in the center. So now that I got that on there, and what I did is the same thing as isopropyl alcohol, and then I used the 3M adhesive promoter, and now and here's my thing that I could use for the vents. This is the internal one. So I push it down to open it, and then push it up to close it. All right, so now that I got that part, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the microphone. Sorry, the light's moving. I have it on my head. It's pretty much a headlight. So I'm gonna grab the microphone with the cable facing towards down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and install it. Let me get my other hand right here. All right, so maybe now with actually in my particular case, since I have this part here, maybe the cable being down won't be a good idea. Maybe I'll just have it off to the cable off to the side a little bit and just position it right about there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and route the cable and then connect it to the Cardo over here on the side to the microphone port, which is this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that, and then I'm going to go ahead and tuck all the wires nice and neatly so to be out of the way, and then I'll show you how it looks like. All right, so I'm already done with actually putting all the wires inside of the helmet. As you can see now, it looks very clean. You don't see no bulk of wires hanging out like it should be. Now the tool that I use actually to tuck the wires really good inside is going to be this guy. Just a plastic kind of pry tool, whatnot, and I was just kind of pressing it in to get it inside the crevice of the padding and the helmet. And this helped a lot because it's plastic, so it's not going to scrape or scratch or cut anything, you know, because it's not that, you know, it's not like sharp like a blade. So I was able to tuck everything nice and neat with this tool. Came in handy. And now the moment of truth, which is going to be the last part, which is going to be installing your Cardo onto the cradle. Satisfying connectivity, because all you do is just let it go. You put it up to a certain point. Don't let it go from here and then just slap it on, because you know the internals of this is very delicate, I'm sure, even though it's waterproof and all that. You want to, you know, make your things last a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there, and then again, when you want to remove it, just go ahead and press down on this front lip, and then you just go ahead and slide it off. And there you go. At least now you guys know on how it's actually being held by those clips and not just magnets. So after this, go ahead and install it, which is awesome. Now that we got it on there, now we can actually see how far it sticks out from the helmet with the cradle and everything. So I don't think it's that much more further than like the Cena, because I used to have a Cena before. Not that much more further. I like the new nice slimmer design, kind of like a nice little aerodynamic look from here, and then on the back, and then here's the wheel. So nice. Okay, so the last thing that you guys need to do will be be to download the app, which it's called the Cardo Connect app. And here it is, looks like. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the installation. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment below. If you guys are looking for me to do some other types of installations, let me know. I would like to hear your suggestions about stuff like that. That way it kind of helps me, continue to grow the channel. Other than that, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. If you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys are up to date with my latest uploads. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.